there are 5 specific things that I'm doing in these YouTube videos that might not be obvious to you. And in this video, I'm going to reveal what they are so that you could start deploying them in your content. But I'll get to that in just a minute. The reason this is so important is that you may be creating content right now on a daily, on your Instagram, whether it's your stories, your grid, whether you're creating reels or carousels, maybe you're writing emails, and you might be doing the stuff, like you might be creating the content, yet you seem to be missing something, like you're not getting the volume or quality of client that you want. You're not seeing the increase in following or growing your audience. And I want you to know that you have to define the game that you want to play. For me, the most important piece of me expanding an audience isn't getting thousands of subscribers or followers. It's incrementally growing my email list with perfect fit people. Because if I can grow my list with perfect fit people, I don't need 10,000 people on that list. I need less than 1,000. You know, over the last 11 years, I have built a relatively successful consulting business that's low key, low stress, and fairly chill by doing one thing and one thing well, and that is growing an email list of perfect fit people, so that anytime that I wanted a client, I could send out an email offering an opportunity to work with me, and I'd get a response. And the mistake that I see in the market is that most people don't have a defined strategy. They simply have this thing that they wake up every day and they go, I need clients today. I have to get clients today. And if I don't, then they're in this like spiral of feast and famine, this freak out situation where they act out of urgency and desperation and need instead of trust and faith and abundance and strategy. And I think if you really understand these 5 things and you were able to inject them into your content, then you'd get pre-sold, pre-qualified, and preloaded demand from the prospects that do reach out to you, people that actually want to work with you, because these 5 things are the foundation of you being able to nurture a lead from point of sale, from figuring out who you are to point of sale. And our job with our content, really, realistically, is to do that, is to teach away the objections, to pre-sell the prospect, and to preload what it is that we offer. And the 5 things are very simple, but they require some really clear definition and some work away from what it is that you do. And those 5 things, number 1, is that you must have an understanding of the pain and problem of your audience. So the first P is pain and problem. If you don't understand what it is that your audience are truly struggling with and the internal dialogue that they have every day, like for example, I know that you wake up every day and you're wondering about where your next client's going to come from. You're fearing that you have no predictable, reliable, and consistent lead generation. You look at competition and you see people doing things that you wish you were able to do, yet you're not. And these fears and pains and problems are things that manifest into internal dialogue every day. And you have to enter that conversation in your prospect's mind daily. The second thing is that you must have a plan and a promise to take somebody from that pain and problem forward. And now this is kind of layer 1, and this is where most people are doing their marketing, and it's where most people get stuck and stumped and compared to competitors. But it's a process and a plan that takes somebody from, low quality leads, low volume of leads, not getting enough clients in my case, to having a predictable system, a reliable system, a process. Mine's called the Authority Engine, and there are 4 key pillars to that. Number 1 is to identify your perfect way of generating leads, so that you get consistent leads every single day. Turn those leads into intent-based leads. We call it the intent amplifier. So that's pillar 2, like generating a lead. Pillar number 2 is intent amplifier. How do you take that lead and then increase their intent and desire so that they get to a point where they want to work with you? Number 3 is you've got to make a decision on your conversion mechanism, the way in which you take a lead and turn them into a customer. For us, that is chat and sometimes call, but primarily chat. And then number 4, you need a signature system that can deliver your offer, your program, and get a result for people. And that pathway is very simple. When I break that down, and I go to my clients, hey, there's only 4 things you need to do. You need to define the way in which you're going to generate leads, define the way you take those leads and increase their desire to the point of which they want to work with you. Then how do you take that desire, turn them into a client? And then number 4, how do you guarantee a result for your clients in a way that you have a predictable system for them to follow, paint by numbers? And so when you have a plan and a pathway, it becomes very clear for somebody to understand what it is that you do and how you help them. And our plan can get people from the 5 to 10 grand a month trap to 10 to 15 to 20 to 25 to 30 to 50,000 plus per month very quickly and easily if they understand the principles and the plan. Which leads me to number 3, the philosophy. You need a philosophy for your business. If you don't have a philosophy, you don't have a set of beliefs, a set of values, and a specific way in which you believe a business should be built, then people will be stuck comparing you with your plan to somebody else's plan, which is kind of layer 1. It's like if you can get a result for somebody, you have a process. Everybody has a result in the process. But without a philosophy, a core belief system, where I believe truly, honestly, I believe who you are is as much importance as what you do. I believe you as the vessel, your transmission, your personal stuff, like who your energy, your amplification. I call it transmission. But what I mean is like how you show up in the world, who you communicate as and to is as important as what you do. I believe that you can build 10 to 30,000 a month business in less than 4 hours a day if you really truly understand what it is that you need to work on. I believe that you should prioritize working with perfect fit clients only and allow yourself to work in your zone of genius within your business and get support around it. I also believe that you need a lean and light team, not a big team, to scale a relatively sizable business, and you can outsource your stuff to people that truly help. For me, I have 3 key team members. Number 1, I have a virtual assistant who manages my diary and client stuff. I have an assistant who works with client delivery. And then I have a video content creator, editor that helps to make some of my videos fancy. Now, I'm not really utilizing that in these videos for a specific reason. But that's kind of my structure, my belief, my philosophy. Then the 4th pillar is your personality, right? It's like who you are. Again, it's a part of my philosophy is that your personality is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle. And now I'm not somebody who's going to go out and build like $100 million a year business. That's not my thing. Like I'm far more optimized for lifestyle and a sizable revenue in a way in which I want to live and build a life as much as a business. I don't think that I am like the out and out entrepreneur who wants to spend 12 to 15 hours a day building a business, nor do I want a Rolodex of companies. I want a lifestyle business based upon a personal brand that brings in 50 to 100,000 a month and allows me to lead and live the life that I want by working 3 to 4 hours a day. Right. And that's my thing. And that might go against the hustlers and the grinders and those people that want to build that thing. They can go elsewhere. But if you're of the same ilk where you have a family or a business and you want to build your business around your family life, not the other way around, right? Where you're not spending your family life in the leftover energy of your business building life, then we're probably going to vibe. And the final P is price. This is the final piece of the puzzle that you must understand, because if you want to build a content system that nurtures to converts with a group of people that are your perfect ideal clients, then you need to understand the elasticity of price within your marketplace. You need to understand like what you can sell your program for in a way that people pay, stick, refer, and stay with you a long time, because it is far more difficult to acquire a customer than it is to keep one. And it's far better for you to build a business based on a price that is reasonable, optimal, and can scale. And it's on the premium side of things. Like every time that I've created a premium solution for an audience that are a premium audience, I've generated better results, I've been paid more, and everybody's won as a direct result of it. And what I believe truly is that low prices harm your clients in more ways than one. If you are underselling, you're likely like one of 2 things. You're attracting a lower caliber of person, or you're attracting somebody who's just not ready for the level of coaching that you're providing right now. price is a qualifier, and price should be a qualification for your audience. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm creating videos like this so that people who may not be able to afford my one-on-one coaching or my community coaching right now, they could still get tremendous value. And this will take them to the point of which they can then begin to work with me. But like, if you don't understand these 5 things, like you don't understand the pains and problems of your audience, you don't have a plan and a promise, you don't have a philosophy and belief system that sits behind your business, you don't have your personality being injected into your business, and you don't understand the price of the program that you're trying to sell, then your content's going to be these one-shot pieces of content, and you might do things to get, views and likes and engagement, but it doesn't fit as part of a bigger system. Because I know that I want to work with a high caliber of person. Every piece of my content is tailored towards those that want to build a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 plus per month coaching consultant business in a way in which they are collapsing time, working 3 to 4 hours a day and not having to spend every hour under the sun in their business. Those who want to build a 200 and 300 and 400,000 a month business, 500,000 a month business, and build a massive team, work every hour under the sun, they can go and hire someone else. They can go and find someone else. Those that don't want to build a business beyond $5,000 a month, they just aren't ready for the level of content or communication that I have right now. And so I know that for me to take people on this journey, I have to really truly understand like what price point is going to be deemed as valuable by my audience in a way that's not too much that they won't buy. It's not too little that it will harm them because they won't be accountable enough to it, but it's the optimal price point. And so that every piece of content you do, it's framing these 5 things clearly, precisely, and positioning you as the authority for your audience. And that way, you're much more intentional around the content that you create as opposed to thinking in like one-shot pieces. I know that I can inject my philosophy, my personality, pieces of my plan. I can communicate pains and problems of my audience. I can create desires and promises of my audience. And I can weave in my pricing into my content very quickly and easily by saying, hey, listen, like the average client pays me £18,000. Like that's not up front, but over time, over the lifetime that we work together, that's how much they pay me. And little things like that, like if that turns you off, then it's unlikely we'll ever work together. If that excites you in a way in which you go, I want to be able to build a business where people pay me that too, then the likelihood of us working together is increased. And so this is a game of you understanding that you're seeding and selling all of the time within your content. It has to be part of a bigger strategy. If it's not, then unfortunately, you're going to lose a battle to the content monster. It is going to drain your energy, drain your resources, drain your time, and you're not going to get what you want back from it. All right, so listen, if you got value from this video, drop a comment below, like, subscribe, and in my comments, in my description, not comments, in my description, I have a link to my newsletter. In that newsletter, I share tips, strategies, tools, resources, insights into what it truly takes to build a 10 to 50,000 a month coaching business in a handful of hours a day. Go ahead, hit that link below, join my email list, and I shall see you on the flip.